Good evening, I'm Gabriela Quinones. Thanks for joining us for this digital edition of News 4 at 6. Tonight we start with a tear-jerking reunion of a soldier and his loved ones.
I'm so happy. I mean, I don't know, there's no words that can explain how I feel about him. I'm proud to be his dad, and I'm proud to have him as my son.
A warm welcome for a Siouxland soldier returning home after nearly a year serving overseas. And for some, his return took them by surprise. And that included a second grader at Sioux City's Les Hills Elementary School. The soldier, her uncle, managed to keep his homecoming a secret from his niece, Ember, until Friday. I captured the soldier's return and the heartwarming reunion. Sergeant Tristan Vanderschaff is back home after a year-long deployment in Kuwait, Iraq, and Jordan. Tristan is a soldier in the Iowa Army National Guard and a firefighter with the Sergeant Bluff Fire and Rescue. Thursday, his twin brother, Trey, orchestrated a welcome home parade with the fire department to bring him home in style.
Going from little kids fighting and screaming, and now we're adults, and now we're the closest we've ever been. 100%. We talked before he left, talked every single day, and obviously it's hard when we don't talk. Talk every now and again, and then now he's back. It's going to go back to normal.
It was an emotional reunion for Tristan's parents, who are thrilled to have their son home.
Sorry. I'm glad he's home. I really am. It's hard, having a boy deployed over, the Middle East.
Big emotions, cry. I could still cry. Breaks my heart. But I'm happy. It's happy tears now instead of sad.
I'm proud to be his dad, and I'm proud to have him as my son.
Many of his friends and family were at Thursday's welcome parade, but for one family member, Tristan's favorite niece, Ember, the reunion would have to wait until Friday.
Hello. It's okay. She's not my only, but she's my favorite just because I love being with her, and she's just so energetic and full of energy, and she loves me and she loves her Bubba, right?
Now Ember and Tristan are planning the best way to celebrate their time together. What's the one thing you're looking forward to doing with him?
Going out to dinner.
We're gonna go out to dinner. Where are we gonna go?
I don't know. I haven't picked yet.
She hasn't picked yet. We'll figure that one out.
Vanderschaff has dedicated his life to serving his country and community, and that community showed their support for his sacrifice. Reporting, Gabriela Quinones, KTIV News 4.